soñar con. We have again con. Soñar con. Con, remember, con means with, okay? With. And I know in English it means something else, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about preposition. Con means with. That's like the main meaning of this word con. But when you have it with different verbs, the meaning can change a little bit. So in this situation, I don't think it changes that much. But let's say, soñar, by the way, soñar is another verb. Surprise, surprise. Soñar is a verb and it means to dream something. Something. Con gives you that, that chance to add more and explain what you were dreaming about or something like that. So let's look at the meaning of the phrase soñar con. Soñar con means to dream about or to dream of. You can be dreaming about a situation, something, someone in the same, if you're dreaming of someone, you can use this phrase for those situations. You can also use it just like you use the verb to dream. If you have objectives in life, aspirations, you can use this phrase as well. So it can be very literal, like you're dreaming about something while sleeping, or you're dreaming about doing something in your life. Okay, so that's a very, very good phrase to use for those things, for in those situations. Okay, now let's look at some examples. By the way, let me see if soñar is regular or irregular. Soñar, remember the ñ sound of this, the N that has a line on top? Soñar, ña, ñe, ñi, ño, ñu. Remember the pronunciation, soñar, to dream, and it's an irregular verb, so you need to memorize its conjugation. There's some irregularities, not too many, but you need to pay attention to that for sure. Okay, let's look at the first example. Let's see how soñar con works in a sentence. Okay, the first sentence is: siempre soñé con tener una casa. Siempre soñé con tener una casa. What does this mean? This means I always dreamed of having a house. That's a very, very common dream, right? Nowadays, even more, because it's expensive. Getting a house is expensive. It's not cheap. And it's a good dream. It's a good dream for sure. So let's break this down and let's see how the phrase soñar con works. Siempre means always, okay? Yo siempre, you don't need yo. You can just say siempre first. And then you have the verb soñar, okay? And then the phrase soñar con, okay? So we added con right here. Soñé, this is preterite tense. Preterite, it already passed. So it's past tense. Siempre soñé con. I always dreamed of. Yo siempre soñé con. You don't need yo. Tener, that's something interesting. If you want to add a verb right after the phrase soñar con, you will likely have to add it in the infinitive way, infinitive form, which means you don't conjugate the verb, you just leave it as is. So, tener, soñé con tener, soñé con comer, soñé con mirar, okay? So, you can add different verbs. Of course, in this situation, we have tener, which means to have. In English, when you say dream of, to dream of, having, you have the gerund form right here, but in Spanish, you don't have it. You have the infinitive form, okay? To have or having. In this situation, tener is similar to saying having. Una means a, okay? Una is an indefinite article and it is also singular. Why? Because we're talking about one house. We're not talking about many houses. We're talking about one. And casa is also feminine, a feminine noun. That's why you need una casa, a house. Excellent. Siempre soñé con tener una casa. I always dreamed of having a house. Excellent. So it's easy. It's easy, huh? Using this phrase is pretty easy. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, let's look at the next example. Oops. Oh, again. Anoche soñé contigo. Anoche soñé contigo. Now we're talking about something else. It's a different situation. This means last night I dreamed about you. That's an interesting statement right there. Interesting thing to say to someone, right? So anoche means last night. Okay? Last night. Anoche. Last night. Soñé. You don't need yo soñé. Okay? But when you say soñé, that means I dreamed. Okay? I dreamed. Hang on. Dreamt. Sorry about that. I was like, something's wrong there. Something's wrong. Okay. I dreamt? Contigo. Remember, contigo means with you, okay, in Spanish. But when you are saying, when you want to use soñar con, and you want to say about you, of you, to dream of you, to dream about you, then you need contigo. You cannot say con tú. Okay, you cannot say that. You need to say contigo, even though it means with you. Okay. In this situation, soñé contigo. I dreamed. Sorry, I just forgot the pronunciation of the past tense of dream about you. Okay, so that is the meaning of this phrase. Very important for sure. Dreamt. Okay, got it. Man, I need to use that verb more often. The English one, of course, in English. But yeah, that's what it means. Excellent. So let's see if we have another example. It looks like we might have another example down here. Yeah, we do. We do have another one. Okay. So let's see what we have. Sueño con viajar por todo el mundo. I'm just gonna move this up a bit. Okay. Sueño con viajar por todo el mundo. This means I dream of traveling around the world. So, we're not talking about a dream. Well, we are, but it's nice to see that you can use this phrase if you're talking about things that you want to do in the future, and also if you had a dream as well. So that's something very, very good to know. Yo sueño, okay, that's what we're saying at the beginning. Yo sueño, we don't need yo. We don't need yo. Yo sueño. That means I dream. Present tense. The previous example was present tense, past tense, and also the first one. The first example is present tense. Yo sueño con, I dream of viajar, traveling. Once again, remember, if you want to add a verb right after soñar con, then you need it in the infinitive form. Don't conjugate it, just place the verb there. You don't have to worry about conjugating it. Okay. Viajar por, when you use the term viajar por, that means traveling around. Okay? Viajar por, you are forgetting, or I'm forgetting rather, to say todo, por todo. Por todo means around, you're doing the whole trip around. In this situation, el mundo. Okay? El mundo, el means the, mundo, world. El mundo, the world. Mundo is masculine. It's a masculine noun, and that's why you need el. Okay? Todo el mundo. Sueño con viajar por todo el mundo. I dream of traveling around the world. That's a good dream for sure. That's a good dream. Kind of expensive, but some people can do it. Lucky them. Lucky them. Now, remember, soñar con means to dream about or to dream of. That's the main meaning of this phrase. And now we know how it works in different situations and also how it works in different sentences. Excellent. This is also past tense. There you go.